call Ruby Buffett-Bray. Last week, the Police Minister announced new legislation to deal with gang violence. These policies include increasing the penalties for firing a gun and expanding search and seizure powers of police. Over the last decade, we've seen an exponential increase in gang membership and activity. However, the response of the government is nothing short of a knee-jerk reaction in order to appease Middle New Zealand, and will fail to bring long-term benefits that actually combat gang activity and protect the most vulnerable members of our community. Yeah. In 2020 alone, gang membership increased by 13%, with the majority of new members being young men. According to MSD in 2014, 77.2% of adult gang members were Māori, and 91.6% had spent time on the benefit in the last 20 years. Gang recruiters target the most vulnerable and isolated people within our society. Gangs offer a sense of mana, whānau, and financial security that would otherwise seem unattainable outside gang life. Systematic discrimination and economic and social deprivation have fostered environments that are breeding grounds for gang activity. The government's approach to reducing gang violence is ill-informed. By focusing on a punitive approach, we only further the marginalisation of these groups. It is a coloniser's approach which fails to address the actual drivers of gang violence. According to Youth Gangs in New Zealand parliamentary report, gangs flourish in depressed and disorganised communities. To disempower gangs in Aotearoa, we must empower our communities. This begins with our tamariki. We must prioritise meaningful education, community inclusion, and building resilient whānau. From primary school, tamariki need to be engaged in their learning. This occurs when we give teachers and support staff culturally relevant training and resources that allow tamariki to feel aspirational for their futures. We must fund youth work as well as community initiatives, especially involving urban Māori organisations, iwi and hapu, so tamariki can seek positive role models and support networks within their communities. We must walk alongside families to provide continuous, non-judgmental and sustainable solutions and support that acknowledge socio-economic and cultural factors. By increasing a synchronised response that supports the next generation of vulnerable youth to build meaningful community connections and develop economic opportunities through education, we are able to break the cycles that lead to gang membership. As Rawiri Waititi said, we cannot police inequality out of our societies. You cannot call yourselves tough on crime when you are soft on poverty. Kia ora. I call Hannah